This video will go over how to achieve the best quality data for your well information, groundwater level data, and environmental measurements in FUDSChem. We'll talk about what to look for when reviewing data, the tools available to help you with your review, including reports, and what to do if you find data that needs to be updated. This video assumes location data has been entered and approved. For information on entering location data, please refer to our Loading Locations tutorial videos, linked in the description. For information on approving location data, please refer to our Location Definition Review video, also linked in the description. Note that each of the reports we will be checking sorts locations by site. If location site cross-reference information is not entered correctly, the reports will not run. To see how to enter this information, please refer to our Location Site XREF Entry tutorial video, linked in the description. Let's start by checking if our wells have well completion information and well construction interval data entered. Well completion information includes data such as the well's top of casing elevation and casing depth. Well construction interval data includes the depths of the well's screen and other information on the well's construction. We'll look at reports, geology reports, location detail, Excel format. Choose the project site, location types, and locations. Click View Report. This report will show location definition data for the selected locations for the entire property. Because of this, if there are multiple projects associated with your property, you may see additional locations that do not apply to your project. By scrolling to the right, we can see there's also a section for well completion info and well construction intervals. There are some rows that are blank for well completion information, and some that are blank for well construction intervals. However, if we scroll to the left, we can see that some of these locations have a location type of WL, which stands for well, but some of them have a different location type. Anything with a location type of WL should have well completion info and a well construction interval loaded to the database. However, locations that are not wells do not need well data loaded. Let's adjust our location type filter up at the top to show only wells. Once again, click View Report. Now we can see which wells are missing data. It is possible that this data was entered but is not yet approved. We can check this using the submission log report. We go over how to check this report in our Where's My Data video, linked in the description. If upon investigation we confirm that the data is missing, we'll then need to enter the data. For information on entering data, please refer to our Well Completion Information Entry tutorial video and our Well Construction Intervals Entry tutorial video, linked in the description. Alternatively, we may determine that the data was entered but has not yet been approved. In this case, approving the data will resolve the issue. We go over how to review and approve the data in our Well Completion Information Review video and our Well Construction Interval Review video, linked in the description. The Location Detail Report does not display all of the data available for each well. We'll review the well completion information in full by going to Reports, Geology Reports, Well Completion Information, Excel format. Choose the project, site, and locations. Click View Report. This report displays all of the well completion information entered for the specified locations. Look for placeholders, such as an installation date of January 1st of any year, a depth of 99.99 feet, or a measuring point elevation of 0 feet. Look for places where not applicable, NA, unknown, and historical have been entered and determine if they are appropriate. As a time-saving trick, you can look at the report footer, which defines the valid values. If any of these values appear in the footer, review your data to see where they occur. In some cases, these values may be appropriate and can be left as is. In other cases, they may be placeholders and should be updated. We go into more detail on reviewing this data in our Well Completion Information Review video, linked in the description. If you find that well completion information data was entered incorrectly and needs to be corrected, reach out to your Synectics point of contact and ask them to uncertify the file so it can be edited. Please note that if the well completion information has changed over the life of the well, such as changes in top of casing elevation, this information should be entered as a well maintenance information record instead of editing the originally entered well completion information. For more details, please refer to our Well Maintenance Info Entry tutorial video, linked in the description. Next, let's look at the well construction intervals by going to Reports, Geology Reports, Well Construction Intervals, Excel format. Choose the project, site, locations, and class. Click View Report. This report displays all of the well construction interval data entered for the specified locations. It is uncommon to see placeholders on this report, but HIS, historical, may sometimes be used as a material. The most common issue to look out for is missing information. For example, vid-MW002 includes a screen, but no other intervals are listed. We go into more detail on reviewing this data in our Well Construction Interval Review video, linked in the description. If the data needs to be edited, reach out to your Synectics point of contact and ask them to uncertify the file. Let's check on our lithology data next. Go to Reports, Geology Reports, Lithologic, Description, Excel format. Lithology data is typically collected for soil borings and wells, but usually not other location types. Choose the project, site, and locations. Click View Report. Each lithological layer has its own line on the report. Check to confirm that layers are consecutive with no gaps in between. Look for potential placeholders such as historical, HIS, or not applicable, NA. Confirm that all wells and boreholes are included. Since we have a small data set, we can easily see that only the vid-MW003 and vid-MW007 locations have lithology data included. For a larger data set that covers many pages, it may be simpler to look through the location dropdown up at the top to determine which locations are present and which ones may be missing. we can see that most of our locations do not have approved lithology data yet. Like the well information, we can go to Reports, ADR and Submission Reports, Submission Log or Reports, Geology Reports, Lithologic Description Review Excel format, to check if the data has been entered but not yet approved. If data needs to be entered, please refer to our Lithology entry tutorial video linked in the description. If data needs to be approved, please refer to our Lithology review video linked in the description. If the data needs to be edited, reach out to your Synectics point of contact and ask them to uncertify the file. Another thing that can be reviewed is consistency between the data types. All three of these data types share some measurements in common. In the well construction intervals file, the depth of the material surrounding the well should be the same as the borehole depth listed in the location definition file. This should also match the lowest interval listed in the lithology file. The total well depth listed in the well completion information file should match the end depth of the casing intervals in the well construction intervals file. In conclusion, reviewing your well and boring data using these reports and tools will help ensure that it is the best possible quality. These reports can help you identify wells and borings that contain suspect data or are missing information, making it easier to determine which data needs to be updated. Don't forget to subscribe to the FUDSChem YouTube channel for more tutorial videos. All of the tutorials and playlists mentioned during this video are linked in the description below. Lastly, if you have questions or comments, feel free to contact us at fuds.support@synectics.net. Thank you.